Good morning folks, 21st Century Caveman here. Hope everybody's well, hope everybody's happy. So I'm currently in the process of revamping the rear of this property. There are two previous videos in which I chop down a couple of bushes and dig up the stumps. This took a couple of afternoons, so basically a day's work, a relaxing day's work I would hasten to add. So today we're going to be measuring out this area so I can actually sketch out my thoughts, get them on a bit of paper and work out what I'm going to do. And also I'm going to be digging holes, and I've already made a start of that in order that I can actually put in some fence posts. Now, a bit of a tip here: if you're ever doing anything concerning your boundaries, erecting new fences, that sort of thing, always make sure you get some photographic evidence of the current boundaries, and that's what I say, photographic or video evidence, because if there's a problem with your neighbours a little bit further down the line, this could save you thousands of pounds in unnecessary litigation. So anyway, like I say, we've already made a start digging these post holes. I'm basically just digging up the soil, sticking it in some rubble bags, and I'm actually using a trolley, which you may recognise from previous video. Basically, I found some MDF in the property. I bought some casters from either Lidl or Aldi. Cost about £5 for 4 of them. Just stuck them to, screwed them to the bottom of this MDF board. Made myself a little trolley, and it is actually easy to use in a wheelbarrow, believe it or not. But anyway, so you may notice that the spade I'm using has a very long handle, and the reason is twofold. For a start, I'm 6'4", so constantly bending down wrecks my back. So a long handled spade basically saves my back and makes it a lot easier to do this sort of work. And secondly, because it has such a long handle, it also negates the need for me to buy a post hole digger, so there's no point in spending extra money if an existing tool will cover the job. Now, I was very fortunate because apart from a very sort of thin layer of gravel in this area on the soil, the soil was basically just stony. It's quite a heavy clay actually, but I'd rather have to deal with this than existing or previous concrete footings, which are a right pig to get up. Now, if I had have actually encountered any concrete footings, I'd have broken these up using my powerful SDS drill with a chisel bit in the end. But fortunately, as I say, this wasn't necessary. Now, there's only so much video footage you can take of somebody digging a hole before it gets repetitive and very boring. So I thought I'd continue anyway, and because I know how therapeutic it is watching other people graft when you're just sitting there, just enjoying the scenery, watching them do all the hard work. So anyway, basically, hope you're enjoying a nice cuppa and enjoying this video. Now, the depth of the holes, I'm looking for about 2 feet, which is about 600 millimeters or 60 centimeters. The posts I'll be using are going to be concrete, about 2.4 meters, which is 8 foot. And I will probably be making my own fences using decking boards, which I'll cut to size. Now, you'll probably notice that I'm getting as close as I possibly can to the boundary edges. Basically, I'm not prepared to give up 1 single inch of my precious piece of English soil. Anyway, look, I'm conscious of the fact that I'm gassing away now, so I'm just going to leave you to watch the video. So if you want to put the kettle on, have a nice cuppa, get yourself a packet of biscuits and a piece of cake. Don't worry about the calories, I'll burn them off for you. Now, it was actually the 3 days in which I was actually doing this work, 2 days rather. The average temperature is about 26, 27 degrees, so it's actually quite hard graft. So as you can see, you know, the hole's at quite a nice depth now, so we're certainly getting there, but we've got a little way to go. Okay, so how are we doing then? Yeah, that's good enough for me. We're virtually at 600mm, 2 foot. So before I left the property that afternoon, I decided to cover up those holes with some of these slabs. Just in case somebody walking by decided to fall down one, break the leg, and decided to sue me. And you might be thinking, well, you know, why should that be an issue? It's on your property. Unfortunately, in legal terms, these things are never straightforward, and it's just not worth taking the risk, basically. So in the next video then, I'll be installing the posts. Thank you for watching.